Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time when you feel you just can't take any more. And honestly, I don't know how much more from Warner Brothers I can stand. But let's talk about that next, here in the Poindexter Lounge.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
You're watching Poindexter Lounge. You already know. You're watching Poindexter Lounge for the unity.
Why did you say that?
What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and it is good to have you with me here in the lounge today. Now, look, if this is your first time to the lounge, just know that the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my crew, meaning all of my nerd family, can get together and talk about the things that we love, things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things that get you excited, if those are things that drive you, then you found the right place. So why don't you hit that subscribe button and also that notification bell. And while you're here, why don't you give us a thumbs up on this video, all right? Because that really helps the channel out in just many ways. And we greatly appreciate that. And we just want you here. We just want you here. We want you to be a part of the channel. And we want you to be a part of this growing community because we truly have a great community here. It's not just a channel. It's not just something, we have a little over 11,000 subscribers. We're on our way to 12. But, in the bigger scheme of things, with channels our size or whatever, smaller, we're not some huge channel, but we've got a great community of people. I think the people here are they're very closely knit. My dogs are barking in the back. That means somebody just got home. But our nerd family here is very closely knit. And I see that every day with you guys, in the chat and talking and on our Discord and all those things. And the way that you guys message me and support us, I'm just very, very thankful for each and every one of you. And so I just want to say that. And so if you're not a part of this community, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, if you haven't taken those steps, then we just want you to know it's a good thing to do because you're stepping into a whole new world, as it were. Also, thank you to everyone who is a patron supporter of the channel. We're very, very thankful for you guys. And this list is not updated, actually. Excuse me. I have to actually update this, but I do want to say thank you to Andrew Farr, who is a new patron. Thank you so much for your support, new $10 patron. And then also I want to thank RJ, Resident Justice is also a new patron of the channel. And so thank you, RJ. Really, really appreciate your support for sure. And then, of course, all of our members as well. Membership and patrons you guys are fantastic. Thank you guys for all of your support. We really appreciate you all. And it's really simple. I mean, you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. You can become a member for as little as $2 a month. And you get things like I just put out a video earlier that was an exclusive for those, just talking about some things. Every once in a while, I put out a vlog. And when we upload videos, you get to see those early. So just very, very thankful for all of you. You guys are really fantastic. Now, a couple of things that I do want to say is later tonight, we will be doing our Army of the Dead spoiler review. So that'll be at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So be looking for that tonight. That'll be a dedicated show. We'll hopefully have a panel on and we'll discuss it. And that will be a spoiler episode. So we will be talking about things in detail and, things that have to do with the movie. So I'm just letting you know, Army of the Dead, of course, out today on Netflix. And we saw it last week in theaters. So just want to just put that out there. So today is going to be a little different. You guys know me as being a positive force for good. I try to be anyways, and a voice of reason and a voice of levity and a positive voice in our world. And I'm just going to be honest with you. You know, I haven't streamed for the last 2 days, at least here on our channel. You know, I've guested on a couple other channels and talked about some things on another channel. In fact, I was on the Truth 31 yesterday, or that's 2 days ago now. My days are all kind of weaving together with this epic rant. And by the way, if you haven't figured out yet, I try to be a little comical sometimes and over the top. So please understand that, like, I'm not losing my mind in real life. I like to have fun with my points of view sometimes, and people seem to like that. But so any of you concerned about me, I'm okay. But I went on Truth 31 and I kind of gave my feelings about a lot of this new DC stuff that dropped. You know, you might notice that you didn't see a lot of posts from me. You didn't see a video from me like right away, like detailing all the DC stuff that came out. And you guys know I'm the biggest DC fanboy, man, around. Like I'd go see a Plastic Man movie in a heartbeat. So if you want to say that I'm not a DC fan or true DC fan, you can miss me with that because I am. And there are some things that have come out in the last couple days, man. Yeah, I'm excited about for sure. I'm definitely excited about or think would be a good positive thing. But if I'm being honest, there's a lot of things that I just think miss. And I really feel that this week was kind of just, you know, how like when you got a business that's going out of business, you know, when Kmart, you know, went out of business. For those youngins who don't know what Kmart is, Kmart was a large shopping center similar to Walmart, but they were the big king for the biggest time, you know, for the longest time. Being a kid, I mean, that's where we went to Kmart, man, and I got all my GI Joe and Star Wars toys at Kmart, you know, and that was the thing. But, you know, they fell on hard times and they've declared bankruptcy, and a lot of stores started closing and going out of business. And when that happens, they kind of have these fire sales, right? Where it's like, everything must go. We've got to get rid of everything. We got to put everything out on the floor. We've got to sell all the inventory. And I feel in a lot of ways that what we saw this week was that. Now, can I preface this? If you are excited about something that you saw that maybe I'm not excited about, hey, I want you to know I am genuinely happy for you. I may rant and rave over on Truth 31, or we actually had a really good conversation on RJ's channel about it, because that was my real self having just a real conversation about it. But you know, Truth 31 brings the heat, man. You know, you go on Truth 31's channel, you gotta kind of bring the heat too. And so so that's why I did that. But the thing is, like, look, if you're excited about something that I'm not excited about, please understand that I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you're getting something that you want, because I'm happy for people who are satisfied with the content they're getting. I just see a lot of missed opportunity, and I see a lot of announcements there that probably aren't going to come to fruition. You know, it's kind of reminds me a lot of a few years ago when we had this whole slate of DC movies that were coming, and none of that happened. You know, now a lot of these animation, you know, these cartoons and things like that, they're going to happen because they're at a certain place already in their gestation. But you know, a lot of these movies, maybe shows or whatever, this I saw really as an attempt by Warner Brothers to kind of wholesale everything, to kind of just put everything out there. We're just going to take everything in a big pile, throw it out the window up against a wall, and hope some of it sticks, and kind of our last ditch effort. And you notice that it came right on the heels of all this information being released about, you know, the merger with Discovery and all those things. And, you know, in the next year or two, there's going to be a whole new regime. There's going to be a whole new leadership at Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has gone literally, and I can't stress this enough, Warner Brothers has literally gone from being this mega power, this mega studio with this storied history and and authority and power to literally being a commodity, just one piece of a commodity traded in a group offering. That's crazy. That's really crazy to know. And listen, I just don't trust Warner Brothers. There it is. I don't trust Warner Brothers. And you guys know I have been positive. I have told you all, hey, these are the things we do. I still say don't, cancel your HBO Max subscription. Still be a positive force for good. Show them that you're going to be a customer. Plus, I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you cancel your HBO Max subscription, because I think HBO Max is fantastic. And they gave us the Snyder cut. So I'm not just one of these minds just screw it all, just burn the whole thing down. But I'll be honest with you, when I've seen some of the stuff that I've seen in the last couple of days, man, it gets me dangerously close to that. And I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being honest. Can we be honest? Can we have a real conversation here? For me to be able to say, I'm really frustrated with what I see out of DC in these last couple of days, because I feel like it's reactionary. And I feel that most of what Warner Brothers does with DC is reactionary. They're never leaders in what they're doing. They were for the longest time in animation. And even that lately has been kind of iffy at times. It's been spotty. There've been good things, and there've been some other things that you look at and go, no, I don't know about that anymore. But for the most part, they haven't been the leaders that they should be. They've been chasing Marvel theatrically, trying to prop up their properties, to somehow catch up to or try to overtake Marvel. But they're not going to do that, because the thing is, the people who are Marvel fans, and we've already heard from them over the last few years, the last decade and a half, of them telling us how DC sucks. DC can't do anything that will actually bring them up to the level of Marvel in their eyes. So that's a lost cause. I'm just telling you. But then I hear, well, Enosh, they're doing these things for kids, because they're trying to get the kids. Here's the thing. The kids have already been saturated with Marvel presence. Okay, with the Marvel presence, with the Marvelized characters, with those kind of things. And they're already being educated that Marvel is better than DC. So if you're going to dumb down DC properties for kids instead of raising kids up, and that's how I feel it should be. If you're going to do animation, you do it in a style that is going to do it justice, no pun intended. But something that doesn't dumb it down for kids. Look, we got Teen Titans Go, and that's great. I get that. That's something that was cool for kids, but it was one thing. If you're going to start just doing that, it's going to lose its touch. It's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. It's just my opinion. And so this week was really, really frustrating for me, because I saw some things as a Superman fan that I'm just not happy with. I just feel like Superman, the closest we've had to Superman being taken seriously, honestly, has been Zack Snyder's take on the character. And that's just it. Henry Cavill's Superman has been the only serious take that I've seen on that character. And you say, well, Enosh, the new show is great. The new Superman and Lois show is great. And you know what? I really love it. And I've said that there's a lot of aspects of that I really, really care for. And I really, really like. And then he puts that suit on, and when he lifts something, the whole thing shifts up. And I'm just like, what? That's what we do for Superman. Yet we can have great suits for every other character. But Superman's looks like a weird, like he inflated it. So like when he rips his shirt open, what does the thing inflate with muscles? Because he doesn't look like that with just a regular outfit on. So I don't know. And then we saw these new pictures, and we're going to go over this a little bit. I've got RJ in the back here, and we're going to bring RJ out. RJ and I have had a lot of conversations this week about this, because RJ has been the Enosh of my world this week, trying to stay positive, trying to put a positive spin on this. And I'll just be honest with you. I just have not been positive about this. I have not seen positive things for sure. So real quick, I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. We're not going to go down the list with everybody. I do want to address a couple of things. First of all, Mladen coming in hot. Says this better not be a Mike Zero clickbait news. Listen, this isn't a Mike Zero clickbait news, but this idea, he says it's just a picture of Deathstroke toy pointing a gun at Batman, not exactly a rumor or even news. First of all, people are pushing it as news now, as a rumor. But we're going to get to the heart of what I'm talking about, okay? And so stay tuned for that, sir. Let's see. Tiffany asked if I'm going to go all angry elf. I hope not. I hope not. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much, Josh. Appreciate you. But I'm going to give my opinions about some stuff. Rhea, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Says, love your passion and compassion as always, Enosh. Thank you, Rhea. That means the world to me. I really, really appreciate that. Get out of here, Eddie. You dislike Eddie, always a contrarian. You're turning into Matt Jarbo light, Eddie. Be careful. Got him with that one. So I just want to get a couple of these super chats here before I bring in RJ. Hey, Silent Scotty with a $14.99 super chat. Thank you, Scotty. Says, happy Friday, everyone. Let's show Enos some love today. He needs it. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. For sure. Thank you so much, Scotty. I appreciate that. No, I've not seen the Bad Batch yet today. I've been a little busy going on some stuff. But I just really feel that we need to talk about this stuff. And here's a $5 super chat from Matt Jarbo's huge dinner plate size nipples. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. It says, nice to see you on Master Swag King Entertainment's channel, Enosh. Hope to see more of you guys chatting together in the future. Yeah, you know what? I had a good time. It was a little hot out the gate. And certain people who were on that stream with me. MSK was super nice to me. Him and I were totally fine. And we had been messaging each other, and he actually invited me last night, but I couldn't be on last night. But there were a couple of people on there who came kind of hard at me out of the gate. And look, it's like I explained on that show. I have become kind of this, I'm a lightning rod for those topics when it comes to Ray Fisher or the Snyder Cut or whatever. And I don't make any excuse about that. I don't make any bones about that. And if you come at me, I'm just going to give you an answer. And that's what I did. And I felt that I handled myself in a professional way. And I will continue to handle myself in a professional way when it comes to those topics. And so I definitely won't shy away from them. That's what we do. And that's what we're all about here at the Poindexter Lounge. So I want to bring in my buddy, RJ. What's up, RJ?
Hey, what's up, Enosh? It's going to be RJ versus Enosh, Dawn of Positivity today.
Okay, so here's the thing, man. You and I have talked a lot about this. I made some silly, comments and got crazy over on Truth's stream. By the way, shout out to Truth. He's in the chat right now, or at least I saw him there for a minute. So here's the thing, man. We kind of talked about this already a little bit. But, all this stuff was released this week. I want to point out something. One of the things I love about Zack Snyder is stuff like this, for example, in the comic book, Central City, right? Fastest city in the West. Population, 1,395,600. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Look at there.
Yeah, cool.
Attention to detail, right? I love that.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But this is how I feel, man. Batman fans.
I saw you post this in the thread we had, yeah.
Batman fans getting all the love, all the attention, all the everything. Superman fans just absolutely drowning in a sea of disrespect as far as I'm concerned. And and then Green Lantern fans, forget it. Who knows if we'll ever see Green Lantern. They keep hinting, oh, we're going to get Green Lantern stuff. One day maybe we'll get Green Lantern stuff. I don't know. But as far as being a Superman fan, I feel like Superman gets absolutely no respect. And then they'll turn around and then they'll say, well, you know, Superman's outdated and nobody relates to Superman, but yet they keep doing things that keep people from relating with Superman as far as I'm concerned. And of course, so I also posted something this week that I thought was funny because it said, this is, what was it? This is, what's the meme? This is how things are.
When
Whatever.
you first order it. Yeah.
Yeah. This is how things are. This is where they're going. Okay.
So
it's
were
a
you aware of the
degradation.
Aquaman cartoon before we had this conversation? Because I knew about it, but I forgot about it until Eddie and Aaron brought it up on the channel on my stream. Because made by the same people made Thundercats Roar. So, and did you know that this Aquaman cartoon is going to be canonical to the movies, though?
I don't care.
Well, I'm just letting you know, like, it's a 3-episode miniseries written and produced by James Wan, apparently. It's going to tie into Aquaman 2.
Oh,
so
great.
That
great.
in order to understand the movie. Apparently.
Great. So because I enjoyed Aquaman and I want to go see Aquaman 2, I got to take a look at this garbage.
Well, apparently it's going to be 8 minutes long. So, I mean, hey, it'll be like a quick, 24 minutes?
I'm not watching this. I'm just not watching this. This is garbage. It's the same thing as that Thundercats garbage. That was garbage.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it's a mockery of this. Like,
I just like the art style. That's an art style I don't like. I like the big eyebrows, the over exaggerated faces, and it doesn't look like Jason Momoa or Amber Heard at all either. So it's like I don't know who it's going for. Because it's not Cartoon Network, it's just exclusive to HBO Max. And it's going to tie into the movies. It seems more geared for adults, but not really. Like, I don't understand what they're making that for.
That's geared for
That's
adults.
the one. That is the one I will agree with you. Like, that looks like trash. The Superman one, we've had our conversations about. I'm giving that one more of a benefit of doubt. I'm going to try and be positive about it. It could be garbage too, but I'm going to try and give it the benefit of the doubt. The Aquaman one, I look at that and I'm like, I'm going full blown Truth 31 Enosh on that. Like that looks like garbage to me.
Okay, I just thought I heard you say that you like this style. So okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
thank God.
No. That Thundercats Roar style, no, I hate it. I think the Thundercats Roar cartoon was garbage. That looks pretty bad to me. I'm not.
Look, my thing is this. If you want to make a kids show that's going to be a kids show and it's exclusively for kids and whatever, then fine, do that. You can have that. I mean, I'm fine with all that. But this thing of like, oh well, you know, yeah, this is gonna tie in to the adult movie. Right. And it's going to be storylines and plot points for the adult movie. And you're going to make me watch some
it's content though, you know,
radically.
Content.
Who cares? Like, seriously, man, I don't want just content. I want quality. I want quality content. Miss me with the mass amounts of content. Forget that. Leave that home, Warner Brothers. Keep your bonus, keep your whatever at home. I don't want to see that. Now, look, I'm not saying that this isn't meant for somebody, and those people can enjoy it, and I'm absolutely fine with that, RJ. I'm absolutely fine with that. But like, I don't know. I get it. It's a fine line, and I know I come across as well. I just hate this, so it's not good for everybody. But that's not really what I'm trying to say.
I know
that's not what I'm trying to say.
You know, just sound like a 40-year-old boomer. You know, you won't let the kids like what they like. But no, we talked about this on my channel. Like, I disagree with you on the Superman stuff because I don't see a big issue with it. To me, again, it looks like Voltron and She-Ra. It's made for that kind of audience. But I understand your points too, where it's like about demasculating Superman, like making him look like a job or two. Like, I get your points too. It's just I want to see what the show looks like when Superman's actually on screen fighting before I say it's like total trash, you know?
So let's talk about that because I have not talked about that here on my channel. So you bring up that this artwork looks like She-Ra.
It's from one of the writers of She-Ra.
Okay, Netflix, you bring up the fact that this looks like Voltron and She-Ra. Here's my problem with that. Okay, when She-Ra came out, you can find here on the channel that me and the family, we watched the She-Ra trailer. Okay, we were like, we're gonna watch this. This is gonna be cool. We're gonna watch this. This is gonna be fantastic. And then it came out. And And I can't help it if there's 5 people on the internet who are still talking about She-Ra.
It has a diehard fan base. I will say that.
Okay,
It got
diehard, great. But the reality is, all I hear about the Snyder Cut movement is that it's a small, little, minuscule, just nobody, cares about how it's so small that it doesn't matter at all, right? And yet we find out that, the Snyder Cut fans are a lot further on than, and have a much bigger presence than they want to allude to. But dude, the people who watch She-Ra couldn't even keep that show going. Okay.
Well, I will say this. It had 3-4 seasons and they were campaigning to get a movie.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Look, I don't even look at those seasons the way that you would usually look at seasons because now these seasons are like these short little runs of things, and you get 2 or 3 seasons in a year now, right? So
it was pretty quick, yeah, because Netflix, that's the way they like to operate, green light. Because that's the animated shows. When they say season 2, it's really the second half of the first season's worth of episodes that they greenlit. So for first season, typically they greenlit about 21 episodes, and they break it up into season 1A, season 1AB. So technically, if you want to get technical, I guess She-Ra only got 2 or 3 seasons because the way they break up episodes. Yeah. This is why animation works, with how they order seasons. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just really weird, right? So, but the thing is I'm not saying that there can't be some diehard group of people who really like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm saying though is in the bigger scheme of things, okay, that fan base is very small, very minute compared to pretty much any other fan base that's out there. Plus, when you're talking about a property like She-Ra, they totally alienated themselves from that property's fan base with that. The people who were actually excited about getting a She-Ra show, they traded those people for the little group that they got on the back end of people who came around to that show because of the animation style, the content, where they went with a lot of the content and all that kind of stuff, right? So it was a complete trade-off, right? They disregarded the original ideals of what She-Ra was and traded it for that. Now with Voltron, look, I'm a huge Voltron fan. If there's any anime style anything that I love, it's Voltron. I am that's who I am. Okay, I love Voltron. I watched the first season of Voltron. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was pretty decent. And then the show just got very long in the tooth. And I have a friend she's very much into the new Voltron, and I love that. I am so happy for her that she loves this.
I really enjoy the new Voltron chat rooms. Too, yeah.
She's part of chat rooms and the lore and all this stuff, right? But again, they pretty much traded the fan base of that property for this minuscule segment of people who found it and latched onto it. It could have been something that could have been a revival for that property that could have moved that property forward. Instead, it went out with a fizzle. It came in with a huge bang with people just like, this is awesome, Voltron is back, and it completely fizzled. So that's just the truth. That's just how those things ended. Fans can love them. Look, we all know. Look, we're Snyder fans, right? So look at how things are right now.
I think we can all agree, though, that nobody likes Thundercats Roar or that Aquaman
exactly.
Show. Everyone hated that because Thundercats Roar came and went. It was a huge disaster. Nobody liked it. So we can at least agree on that.
Exactly. So when I look at this animation here for this Superman show. This is what frustrates me about this. It's not just that there's this, because if this was just a Superman show for kids, RJ, I would be fine. Okay. If this was just like, hey, we're going to do a Superman show and it's going to be for kids and kids are going to love it. And look at this new animation style.
Do you like Jack Quaid as the voice of Superman though? Because that was part of the press release that Jack Quaid from The Boys is going to play Superman. You like that choice at least?
I like him. I like him. I think he's, you know, I think he's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with it. And listen, we could watch this thing and it could end up being great. Okay?
Yeah, I mean,
it could end up being great, right? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Eddie's trolling so hard in the chat, man. I have to respect it because like nobody takes that comment seriously.
Eddie.
I mean, if you do, I mean, more power to you. But I mean, you might. I don't know.
Any trouble? I'm here fishing, minding my own business. So
look, I'm gonna need you to leave.
I'm gonna need you to leave.
Okay. Trying to get back to my original thought here. So we just see that, but here's the problem that I have, man, is this is also released.
Yeah, and we talked about that too. I get what you're talking about. It's like,
and I haven't talked about it here on my channel. So this is what I want to talk about. When I look at this, look, I'm not even a big fan of the big ears on Batman. Okay, that's not my style of Batman that I like. I like long ears. I like long ears. I've never liked this design for the long ears.
Yeah, it's definitely like Classic Detective Comics number 27. That's what they're
absolutely
calling noir style show. Yeah,
absolutely. But here's my thing though about this is that even that being said, when I look at this picture, man, this is the first picture that they put out there for Batman. You know what this told me? Man, they're taking this Batman serious. Look at Batman. He's big. He's overshadowing the city.
It looks like the posters for the animated series, the 90s.
This looks absolutely amazing. It looks like they're taking it seriously, like they've given this some thought. Batman is Batman here, man. He is Batman. There is no denying that he is Batman. Now, if you're going to do a Superman series, here's just what I think about it. This is just my opinion. You can take my opinion. You don't have to, people watching, you don't have to subscribe to my opinion. I'm not telling you have to subscribe to my opinion. I'm just telling you my opinion. If you're going to do a Superman show, a cartoon, an animation, and you're going to put this Batman thing out there and take that seriously, why is it that we can't get something serious for Superman? Why is it that everything?
Why is it everything? I think it was a bad first photo to put out. They would have put a photo of Superman out in the suit in an action pose. Maybe that would have like not garnered the kind of reaction.
Yeah, look, you showed me the design stuff, and I had seen that before, and I forgot.
Yeah, it's called it Superman up and away, and it looked like they showed the costume looks a little Christopher Reeves like, but it looks like Superman. Like it looks pretty good.
But the thing is like. The first image you show of Batman shows a strong Batman who looks like he's going to have a strong character overseeing the city, you know, up with the moon and all that stuff. And then this is the first thing that you show of the new Superman series, where literally Lois Lane has him in like a headlock. His hair is disheveled. He's got this worried look on his face, like, you know, like where the heck did Lois come from? And it could just be taken at a bad time in a series of whatever. But he looks completely just
If I were to guess what they were trying to do is they were trying to say, hey, this show, because it's called The Many Adventures or My Adventures with Superman, and it's going to be from Lois and Jimmy's perspective. My guess was that they're looking for an image that says, hey, this is a show about these three. Let's get an image from like the first episode that shows all three together in like a pose, so you get all the character dynamics in like one image. You know, kind of a bad image.
But Jimmy looks more confident than Clark here, than Superman.
But
like,
I mean,
that is not. I'm sorry.
I might ask a bad question that you might get mad at, but I need to ask this. Like,
that's just not.
When you look at Lois and Clark, though, when you see Clark acting like a little shy, a little goofy, like, I mean, I know it's Christopher Reeve style a little bit, and that's not all Superman is, but couldn't you say that that's atypical of what Clark Kent could act like? Like, it's not unfeasible.
No, because you know what? Even Christopher Reeve's Clark Kent had a certain mystique about him. He didn't come across as being beaten down. This looks to me like a Clark that is just being messed around and led around by the nose. That's what I don't like. If there was anything about the Dean Cain portrayal of Clark Kent. I actually loved his portrayal of Clark Kent because it was the first time that we really got to see in the general public, besides the comics, the idea of Clark being the main person. But one of the problems that I had was like, it didn't matter if he was Clark or Superman. Every time Lois was around, it was just like an infatuation, like he was like a little like doe-eyed little kid, and it would just be like, oh, Lois, you know, like everything like dictated, like his entire thing for everything was dictated by, you know, if Lois was in the room, and if Lois was in the room, he acted like he couldn't concentrate on anything else. This though doesn't even look like he's infatuated with Lois. This looks like just Lois is the strong, overbearing. You know what I don't like about this too. This gives people who want to buy into, and you know that I'm not a part of this, so this is not just some Enosh macho man rant, right? Neither my wrestling persona nor some like I'm a man and these have got to be manly figures, and who are these women and stuff coming in, because you all know that I'm not that. Okay. And I have my problems with people who will come around and go, oh, yeah, look at this SJW stuff where these women are just taking over. I was going to
bring that up. You know, there's already been like dozens of videos made complaining that they made Superman woke. Like this image,
exactly.
They're complaining about She-Ra writer saying that they're gonna ruin Superman, all this and that. Yeah, I get what you mean. It is ammo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here's the problem. They just gave them a bunch of ammo. They make Superman look weak here, and this is the first picture. See, I wouldn't have a problem if they come out with a good picture that shows Superman,
like an action pose,
an action pose, something, and it's like, hey, I can get excited about that. That's Superman. Yeah, I look at this and I'm like, what am I supposed to get excited about here?
Yeah,
what about this is supposed to light a fire under me to think that this is good? When all of a sudden now I'm
trying
just
to make a certain group of people excited. Maybe that's
all I'm seeing in this is I'm concerned that a bunch of idiots now are going to take to the internet and mock once again the thing that I love so very dearly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem I have with this. I'm not just blindly raging about this because of it's woman
and that's gonna
like miss me with that, okay?
I know some people were throwing shade at you about that, and that's like not what the conversation we were having or you're having with Truth.
Yeah.
Like that's not all the point of it was. Yeah.
Get out of here with that stuff, right? And God bless him. We were on with one of our other friends the other night, and he had some other takes on this that I absolutely did. I was trying to give my take, and God bless him, he had some other takes on it, and he was going a bunch of places that I wasn't going. I felt like Padme Amidala, and I was like, you're going places that I just can't go.
It was like, there was like, oh no.
Yeah, because it wasn't something that I could do, because that was not where I was going.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. And Rhea brings it up here. It's like she says here, I do see what Enosh is saying. Superman is much more interesting and compelling than we've seen in movies and TV shows outside of Zack Snyder's content so far. They need to believe Superman can appeal to new audiences. Absolutely, Rhea. Rhea, you just nailed it right on the head. This is exactly what I'm saying. Superman, I'm so sick of people saying, well, Superman's boring. He's overpowered. He's this and that. And like they've literally made RJ that every time we see Superman now, it's only about somebody cutting him down to size to like bring him down to everybody else's level. We've watched now 5-6 years of Superman on the Supergirl show and in like the crossovers and stuff, that when he comes in, he's literally just there to be a punching bag, to be insulted by other people. Like even the dynamic between him and Lois and that had me fuming because look, I've always said, and I'm on record as saying, Lois should always give Clark a hard time. Man should beat up on him. That's why she calls him Smallville, right? Because she's making fun of where he's from, and and all those things. And I agree with all that stuff. I love that dynamic. But like, man, on Supergirl and in the crossovers, like Lois is like flat out vindictive to Superman. Well, she's just like, the world doesn't need you. The world has Supergirl. The world doesn't need you, Clark. You need to basically get over yourself and move on. And it's like, what?
Yeah, I only watched some of it. I didn't know they did that on Supergirl. My question is, like, we know what they're doing, but I never got a chance to ask you this. But why do you think they take that approach to Superman, though? Like, in your opinion, like, why do you think they treat him like a jobber?
Well, the reason why is because for so many years people have gone on and on and on. Well, because for the longest time, see, Superman was portrayed as being overpowered.
Yeah,
right?
People said that he was so strong that he was a boring character.
Well, and that was things. Well, they were just making up powers for Superman. I mean, literally just like just throwing crazy stuff out. That's why even in the Christopher Reeve movies, we got like, hey, I can rip the S off my chest and throw a cellophane S at somebody. Or rebuilding the Great Wall
so fast I could reset time. Yeah,
exactly. All that stuff is like stupid, over the top stuff, right? Like I fly so fast backwards around the earth that it turns back time. That's not how it works. What all that does is tear the planet to pieces.
And it sucks too, because George points out like more people are interested in bad and evil Superman now. Like
exactly.
And stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why people are interested in that Superman, because Warner Brothers and DC have not given us in a while. I mean, it's been in the comics actually, and so I can't say they haven't given it to us at all.
But like in a big mainstream entertainment
but to the mainstream audience that watches Superman, they have not given that at all. They have, like, I mean, you got Superman 4, where you got literally Superman taking the moon, taking it out of orbit to block the sun to defeat Nuclear Man. What? That like totally rips the planet apart. Then it's like, oh,
gotta love canon films, man.
Oh my gosh, man. Nuclear Man blew up part of the Great Wall of China. Here, I just rebuild the Great Wall of China vision. Like, what? I mean, and that's thing. And so I get it. For years and years and years, they portrayed Superman as being overpowered. But that's on DC. That's on Warner Brothers.
But they blame it on the character for why he's not popular with the mainstream.
Exactly. They created that beast, and now they think somehow beating him up is going to somehow do that. But yeah,
I think it's because they're trying too hard to make him relatable. So they think if they maybe beat him down a little more, it makes him more of an everyman.
You know how you make him relatable? I'll tell you how you make him relatable. You show that Clark is the real person, because that's how you make him relatable. That shows Clark is a real person who is
well, that's the interesting dichotomy.
Is more human than anything. That's where it's Batman says things like he's more human than any of us,
because Bruce Wayne died in the alleyway. Batman is who he really is deep down to his core.
Yeah,
that's the opposite with Superman. Like, Superman isn't Superman. Clark Kent is who he is, because his whole foundation as a person was formed when he was adopted by the Kents as a baby.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so that's why when I see something like this, it's just frustrating.
I mean, I'm just saying, man, like the last couple of days I've seen like really sad, depressed Enosh. I'm like, man, like if Enosh isn't even happy with the stuff they're announcing, it's like, what does that say? Because I've never seen you this down about stuff. It's like you're questioning like the future, you're questioning like maybe we took the wrong approach to Warner Brothers and like this and that's like. Well, it seems like it's tearing you apart, man.
Because I just feel like everything is just like a slap in the face. Like we get Zack Snyder's Justice League. 5 days later, we get the hit piece that basically tells all of us fans, you're not getting this, you're not getting this, you're not getting this, you're not getting this. And I'm like, okay,
and it killed the hype.
Okay, guys, I know it totally killed the hype for it and everything, but I'm still like, hey guys, I'm here to cheer us all on. Let's go. Let's come on. You know what? We just got to stay positive. We got to do this. And then it's like something else comes and it's like, nope, we're not getting this. Okay. All right, guys.
Flash movie's going to reboot everything.
We're still here. Yeah. The Flash movie's going to reboot everything and get rid of everything that you know and love. Okay. Well, you know what? There's still a chance. And you know what? I still believe more than ever, RJ, that there's a chance that we get more Snyderverse, especially now. Now, look, I'm not gonna, and I know Truth 31 will pounce on me if I get too much on David Kozlov. But the reality is that it definitely
we have a better chance than we did yesterday.
Yes, because look, you guys. Look at me, here, like the old sketch used to say on Saturday Night Live. Hear me now, believe me later. All right, it's gonna pump you up. We have a better chance now because a lot of these executives at Warner Brothers are going to be looking for a job. Now, I'm not happy about it that people are losing their job, but we know that a lot of these executives at Warner Brothers have been the problem. Okay, that they have been unfair in their treatment of Zack Snyder. They've been unfair in their treatment of people associated with Zack Snyder, and they've been downright just bad and making horrible decisions on stuff. And then now, even with the multiverse thing, I've told you guys all, I love the idea of multiverse. I love the idea of being able to have different factions and different things of Superman and Batman and everything like that. I'm all for, hey, give me a movie that's got 2-3 Batman in it. I can deal with that. I'm a smart fan. All right. I can deal with all that. But don't tell me that everything can exist except for Zack Snyder's vision, except for Zack Snyder's characters.
Well, you see, the it's like Monsters Inc., where they all adore the other worlds, but the Snyderverse story got blocked off, and they're trying to chip it away in the wood chipper.
Well, and that's the thing. Okay, so but yet you're going to tell me that we had this was good. And look, even if you go back to 1988. In 1988, now before 1988, from the 70s to the mid 80s, we had a show called The Super Friends. If you watch The Super Friends was cheesy Saturday morning.
That was really for little kids. Yeah, it
was for kids, man, and I loved it. And I still watch those episodes fondly.
Even though Super Friends kind of killed Aquaman's
right
character, made all the jokes about him,
for sure. But the thing is we were given the Wonder Twins out of that and all this stuff. But here's the thing: in 1988. There started to be a push towards something more right before that with the Superpowers collection, right? Which brought in Darkseid as the main villain. Okay, that's the first time I ever knew who Darkseid was through the Superpowers action figures, and they had the cartoon. It was now called Galactic Heroes or whatever. The Superpowers team. It had some ridiculously long title in it, but it was like it was Steppenwolf, it was Darkseid, it was Desaad, it was Brainiac. It was like all these great characters, man, and it started to raise the bar. It was better than Super Friends as far as being for a little bit older kids or something, but it was still stuff that younger kids could enjoy too, right? Then in 1988, they did something really interesting. The Ruby Spears Company put out a Superman cartoon, and it was a short run cartoon. I think there was only maybe like 11, 12 episodes of it. I have it on DVD. It's phenomenal. And it was what a Superman cartoon should be. Like it dealt with a lot of stuff that was just really great. But then, we got the Batman animated movie or Batman animated series, right? After the 89
classic. It defined the character for generations. In my opinion.
Absolutely. Gave us Kevin Conroy in the role. And from that,
Mark Hamill's Joker. He gave us Harley Quinn.
Yes. And from that spawned the new Adventures of Superman, right? The Superman animated show, right?
And Justice League Unlimited.
And then Justice League. Yeah. I mean, and look, and listen, if this was just about animation style, man, I'd be complaining about this because I don't necessarily, Batman looks pretty decent there. But by the time they got to Superman, like it was like this ridiculously small waist and skinny legs and huge upper body. Look, man, I've got all those action figures. They're literally right back here, on a thing here. Like, dude, half those action figures, when you bought them, they couldn't even stand.
Oh, because they're too top heavy.
Because they're too top heavy. And in their back, halfway up their back, they kind of arch back like this. And it was weird, man. It was just bad. And, but you know what? But I love that cartoon. The cartoon was great. They explored things, man, like never before. And, it was great. So if I'm looking at this, it may not be my favorite animation style, but you know what?
The writing was good in the stories they told.
The writing was great, right? The writing was great. Hey, we got a $5 super chat.
That's very weirdly specific. I have no issue showing the shirt off. That's just very specific.
Yeah, I appreciate the $5 super chat. I don't know about making RJ shows. I mean, it's cool that RJ's got a cool shirt that people want to see. Yeah. But is there a reason why you want him to remove his headphones? This isn't an OnlyFans. This isn't the RJ.
I mean, if you John Lover one, if you want me to start one, then just say,
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know what is on your shirt, anyways. I don't even.
Yeah, it's a My Hero shirt. It's all the villains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
got it at GameStop. It's actually a pretty awesome shirt.
Oh, that's cool. Cool. So there you go, John. I don't know, just kind of caught me off guard.
Headphones are attached to my head. I can't take them off.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, I dig this, man. And that's the thing, is this is where we came from. Okay. And then it looks like they took Batman and they said, hey, we're going to make something even cooler, man. We're going to take that to the next level. Right. But Superman seems to go in this remedial direction.
Yeah, and there's been bad Batman animated shows too. There's been some ones that were kind of subpar. There's like a CG one that they did that wasn't all that great, and they did like, you know, I mean, I like Batman Brave and the Bold, but that was like a throwback to the Silver Age. That was like more silly and over the top for kids, and I love that show. That was
they dealt with some serious stuff though on that.
Oh, the Joe Chill episode was amazing. That was like the darkest the show ever got. Yeah.
So there was definitely some
these comments.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Crazy.
Stand up and slowly remove your headphones.
I don't know. They're not. This isn't a cam show, buddy. like I don't know. As long as they're asking you, I guess, and not me. They're just...
they got enough sexy Enosh, I guess. You know.
I guess they get enough sexy Enosh all the time. So stand up and slowly remove. But no. So Brave and the Bold is on HBO Max, and look, there's room for everything, RJ.
Yeah.
But my thing is I don't understand
Teen Titans
why
cartoon is one of my favorite shows of all time. Like, I love Teen Titans. That's what's got me to love those characters, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like great animation can, you know, lead to people discovering those characters and falling in love with them, you know. So
I just don't understand why it seems like they just keep targeting Superman.
It's because I think they don't know what to do with them. I think that's ultimately what it's, because I think for them it's a hard character because they want to modernize it for like everyone, you know, because it's like global audiences move away from truth, justice, and the American way, that kind of stuff too. And like, I don't know. I feel like they're having a hard time. But that's weird too, because I'm seeing
international. Yeah. And you know what? I get that, and I know that we've traditionally heard that, you know, that like international, audiences don't want to hear truth, justice, and the American way. Yet, literally, I was just talking to somebody, and I don't even know what country they're from, but I was on with somebody the other day, and they were from another country, and they were just like, no, that's what they want from the character. Like, because they feel like when Superman says it, it's not like a politically driven type of thing, you know.
Well, international audiences love Captain America, and he's still very much all American, you know. So it's
exactly. So you can do it correctly. You can do it right.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah, I know some Superman fans didn't like Snyder's interpretation because they thought he was too dark and too violent and this and that too. I know that was an issue too, so I feel like maybe they were trying to respond to that and they get a little nervous about trying to do traditional action series. Maybe, I don't know. It's a guessing game because I don't know what they're thinking over there. You know?
Yeah, it's really hard to tell sometimes what's going on to people's minds. So, but then like today.
I brought this to your attention today, yeah.
Oh, and it is just no. There's something else. There's something else. Before I get to that rumor, okay. Today there was something else. Like it just feels like to me, it's like, hey guys, Warner Brothers is going out of business soon, so we're just gonna like we brought up the Batgirl show, for example, the Batgirl.
Oh
movie,
yeah, the
right?
movie.
Look. What do I want to see a Batgirl movie? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I'm down to see a Batgirl movie. But you know what? I don't think that they're going to get that thing up and going.
I think it will.
Here's
the reason why.
I don't think it will.
Yeah. I told this to Sil on my stream, and I basically said, because remember what happened with Fox when they bought Disney and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they're going to try and push everything out before the merger happens next summer. They're going to rush things into production to get them ready to go. Because that way they can say, hey, let the new guard handle these new properties and we'll handle that, you know? It's going to be like Dark Phoenix and New Mutants, but for DC. They're going to rush all this stuff into production and get them done. That's why I think Batgirl's actually going to happen.
And you know what that's going to result in?
Bad movies.
Exactly.
I'm going to step out real quick, Enosh, but because food just got delivered, but I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. No problem. No, that's exactly what that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to result in is bad movies, bad films, bad shows. And do we want that for DC? We've already taken enough flack. I love it. DL says, I can write a Superman series. I'll guarantee it's a hit. Like, we have already taken enough flack, and that's why I'm at the place I'm at right now. I've taken enough hits being a DC fan. Then when I was a fan of Snyder stuff, all of a sudden we're taking hits on that just because we like Zack Snyder stuff. You know, it seems like us as DC fans, like we got the C-3PO syndrome where it's like, you know, like he says to R2, it's a lot in life to suffer. You know, that's how I feel. I feel like it's our lot in life to just suffer at the hands of everybody and everything instead of just being able to have good stuff. Warner Brothers doesn't understand their own properties. They don't understand what makes these characters good. You know, they don't understand what made their characters iconic. Instead, they keep throwing out a bunch of trash and then blame the fans. They blame everybody else. You know, they literally blame everybody else. Now, look, this is a story that we're going to talk about, but Mark, I'm sorry, you're wrong. You're wrong. And look, I love you.
He's overbooking himself though to other projects.
No,
so that's a concern.
People do several. Look, I have said anything Snyderverse related is not going to be done for at least a couple of years. I don't know how I can put that any more out there than it is, and then we will have to see where everybody's at, and if they do it, they'll schedule it. It's like any other movie, though, guys. Like literally, these
I'm
people.
Happy for Cavill, though,
people,
Highlander should be
great.
I'm
very happy for Cavill, and we'll talk about that on another episode. This is going to be a specific thing for this, guys. So just so you know that this is the topic that I want to talk about because it's it's kind of early, and then I want to spend some time with my family, and then tonight we're coming back for our Army of the Dead discussion. Okay, but yeah, I did want to bring this up because Mark gave a £5 super chat. Thank you, sir. But as far as Snyderverse being done, just because Cavill's going to be in Highlander, good for him. First of all, I think that's awesome that he's going to be in Highlander. But guys, people act in different movies. Like that's like saying that like Tom Cruise can't be in this specific movie because he does a bunch of other movies. You understand where like that doesn't really make any sense?
2 franchises. He was going to do the Dark Universe before that got shuttered, and then Mission Impossible.
Yeah, so. like there's plenty of people who are in several franchises, and they still do much more stuff. So just because somebody's in a franchise, I just don't understand that thinking. I guess. And Mark, I love you. But I guess I just don't understand that thinking that just because somebody is in another franchise or they have other films or they have other projects that they're going to be doing, that somehow that means that there's no way that they can do this other thing. I mean, look at all the actors involved with the MCU. That's true. Yeah. I mean, you got tons of people doing all kinds of different stuff. And yet when they come together, they can come together. They can. That's how they book stuff. They get clear stuff with their agents, and they sign contracts. Look what we just saw, literally for the Snyder Cut. Okay, that whole scene at the end there, in the Nightmare, verse. First of all, Ben Affleck was not there with Jared Leto. They filmed at different times, and I get it. And you can tell. Okay, a little bit, but with a little bit, yeah. A little bit. I'm not going to like. I'm not going to go in there with blinders and be like, oh no, and it was seamless. It was perfect. Like I get it. Okay, but the thing is but also remember the time frame that was put together in. Okay, I mean, like, so yeah, if you got people doing other things and you only got a couple of months to do it, you're not going to probably be able to get everybody in the room, right? And COVID and all those things, right? So you got all those things to be concerned about and worry about. But you had that plus. Ezra Miller wasn't even in the country. Ezra Miller literally filmed his stuff over in England on the set of Fantastic Beasts. Like they literally suited him up, filmed him that way, and he was directed by Zack Snyder, like via Zoom. So I'm just saying, like good for Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill, look, if anything, all this does is show Warner Brothers that Henry Cavill is a commodity that they cannot afford.
That's going to be a big
lose.
franchise for Lionsgate. They got the John Wick director behind it. They're really trying to relaunch that franchise, and it could be great,
Absolutely.
I mean, the original Highlander is a great movie, so
I'm sorry, but I'm glad that you admire my belief. But if you're hoping for me to realize that and think that the Snyderverse is done, you're going to be waiting longer than
it's not going to be over until Zack Snyder himself says it.
You're going to be waiting longer, my friend, until you're going to be waiting longer than it's going to take to get them all back. Just saying.
You do you, boo, right?
Yeah. But you really don't think Batgirl's going to happen, though? You really don't think those movies are going to happen?
I don't think it's going to get.
Even with the thing we're not telling about.
I think that it would have to be so extremely rushed to get that thing out in any amount of time. To you know what I mean? To do all that.
All they had to do was hire a star, though. They already got directors and a script. They just got to hire a cast. I think that one's more farther along than we give credit for, because they already got Christina Hodson writing it, who just did The Flash. So,
oh man, dude,
I'm just saying, man. I think the Plastic Woman movie, I think the Hour Man movie, Blue Beetle, all that stuff's going to go into production by next summer. I guarantee you, because they want to get all that stuff out before the merger happens, when those projects could get canceled. They're going to rush stuff into production.
Well, then can I just say then that I hope they don't, because God knows if that's what they do.
That's what Fox did.
Yeah. And you brought up a great point, and you brought that up, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, because was it you who brought it up in our thread? That's exactly what Fox did when they knew that Disney was coming and taking over. They basically spit out a bunch of garbage.
Dark Phoenix, New Mutants, some of their Fox library content.
Now, I know there's people who like New Mutants. I still have not seen it. I know there's people who like it, and I know that it got tweaked a bunch.
Dark Phoenix was horrible. I will say that. I saw that in the theater. It was not good.
I saw it on an airplane, man, and I was like, my family still hasn't seen it. They want to see it, and look, I like the X-Men movies. Like the X-Men movies are hit and miss. I mean, there's good ones.
The good ones are really good, but the bad ones are very bad.
Yeah, and so the thing is that I saw it on an airplane, man, and I was like, what in the world is this? How in the world did this pass? Like, and it's a shame, because the actors, the people that they have on those movies, like, dude, they should be able to produce some of the coolest things ever. Ever.
No, that like First Class was a fantastic reboot. Days of Future Past is pretty good. And then I don't know what happened when Apocalypse and Bryan Singer, and then Simon Kinberg taking over Dark Phoenix. It was just a disaster, man. It was just bad.
Just a disaster. Hey, Mark with another £5 super chat. Thank you, Mark, from Benson's. You know what, Mark, we're gonna have to hook up, man, so that I can promote your website. Benson's got a great website for buying stuff. He sent me toys, and I think he sent other people stuff and everything. So I'd like to do more with you, man. He says, Man from Uncle 2. Yep. Highlander, Witcher, Bond. Bond hasn't been confirmed yet.
Yeah, it's just a rumor. I mean,
and the thing is and that's fine. Cavill was clear the other day. Clear about what? Because Cavill was clear that he was telling people that they needed to chill out. He was talking about his personal relationship with his girlfriend,
and that's 100% right for him to say, because that's nobody else's business.
Because if you know the story about that, there's a bunch of fangirls who were ticked off that he's got a girlfriend, and people have been saying some horrible things about his girlfriend, because they don't think that she's his caliber or what. I mean, it's just dumb stuff.
I saw like people on Instagram. He has an Instagram page, right? People are commenting saying, "Why is it that you never wish us a Merry Christmas or a Happy Halloween or celebrate holidays?"
Well, yeah, that's dumb. What? That's dumb. Yeah,
it's like you only post stuff when you want to promote something.
They're like, we're wishing you a happy birthday and everything, and you never come on and say Merry Christmas or like you said, like all this stuff, and it was just like, whatever, just whatever. Here's the point. Here's the point, Mark. Dude. Here's the point, Mark. And I think this kind of just makes the point of this. Yeah, he's going to be busy. There's a lot of busy actors in there, but you know what? Henry Cavill wants it. He's hungry. Henry has been working his tail off to do these kind of projects. And here's the other important point that you got to remember. Henry wants to be Superman.
Mm-hmm. Daniel Garcia, his agent, wants him to be Superman too, and she works with The Rock.
Wants him to be Superman. The fans want him to be Superman. If Warner Brothers gets their act together and presents him with something legitimate,
hopefully Black Adam.
He ain't gonna be in Black Adam.
Well, Black Adam 2 maybe.
But Black Adam 2 maybe, yes, but not this first Black Adam. Somebody was trying to. What was it? The episode we were doing that somebody.
I think it was William.
Yeah, somebody. William. Yeah, and I love William, but there ain't no way he's gonna be in Black Adam because it's a period piece and they ain't jumping around like that. But here's look, because I am legit with my thinking. I'm not gonna like give you a bunch of fanboy stuff. I know some people look at Enoch sometimes and they're just like, well, he's just so positive about everything. It must just be him. He's just fanboying about the facts. He's just blind to the facts and throwing things out there, but I speak from knowledge. I like just because it's not everybody else's knowledge that they think they have. I do speak from knowledge, but here's the thing. The most important thing is he wants to be Superman. He wants to be Superman bad, Mark. I mean, bad. That guy does not want anybody else taking that role over. He wants to be Superman going forward. And I'll tell you, you know what that does? That instills a passion in you that, you know what, you work hard to get your other stuff done so that you can get this done. And I'm just saying, like, so the thing is that even with anything else that he has going on,
yeah,
if Warner Brothers offers him something legit in the form of, in the next year or two, when this merger goes through and there's a new because
Cavill was smart. He said no to the Shazam cameo because he realized he only had one movie left on his contract, and if he would appear with his face, they could have said you're done because you already fulfilled your contract.
Yep, that was not, and see, that's a misconception that people think, well, he was just being hard to get or whatever. Yeah. That's not what he was doing. He, like you said, he realized, because they go by appearance, and that can be a full movie, right, where you have a full leading role part,
or a 5-second cameo,
or a 5-second cameo. And he realized that he had one more appearance on his contract, and he simply said, no, I'm not going to waste it on a 5-second cameo of me walking in with a tray of food. And I can respect that. As much as I would have loved to have seen him come in, we got
an actual head, yeah,
with an actual head, we would have got that. And so I'm just saying, like, so that is, as far as the second part of the statement says, and people like Casali compare me to Jody in your chat. I love you too. Well, Mark, I'm glad that you see that I don't think that way. And,
be nice to each other.
Yeah, be nice to each other. Like, look, Mark is a good guy. Mark is a huge supporter of this channel, and everybody.
And just because he says he doesn't believe it's going to be restored anymore doesn't mean you guys should like jump on him either.
Exactly. Like, and I got a lot of moderators here, and I love all my moderators. And please don't ever take this as a negative thing for my moderators. But I've had this conversation with a few moderators. I wish that YouTube gave me an easier way, RJ, to be able to talk to all my moderators at once. But unfortunately, crazy enough, it doesn't give you can bring on moderators, but I haven't seen, unless somebody knows, please let me know. But a way to get all the moderators together and to have a conversation. But I've tried to stress it on videos, and I hope that people see this, is that I don't want people getting timed out. I don't want people being insulted. I am open to everybody's opinion. And just if Mark has a different opinion than mine about this, that's fine, because I love Mark and Mark.
This is not an echo chamber like people like to say.
I know, right? Like, I don't know. I see anybody.
You're talking to me, and we got into a passionate debate about the Superman cartoon. We are like totally polar opposites on that spectrum, but we're following each other. I know, and so that's the thing, folks. Is like, no, I don't just surround myself with people who think like me. Like there was a lot of people giving me a hard time about Matt Jarbo, saying, "Yeah, you need to boot him. Why you still have him on? He's like negative about the Snyder Cut," because I want other voices. That's the only way that we come to good discussion. Because otherwise, it's just like, hey, what do you think? Each other. It's like,
I like this. I like this. I like this too. And that's boring. That is boring, man. And it's not for drama's sake. It's to have good conversation and to come up with some
even if it seems like we're mad at each other, we're really not. We're just having a passionate discussion.
Look, William is one of the smartest guys, man, that I've ever talked to as far as comic book stuff and whatnot, and like his take on stuff. And there's been a couple of times in the last couple of weeks that I've disagreed with William on some stuff, right? I mean, so the thing is like we can all have our own opinions. And Mark, I'm glad that you have your opinions, man. And I'm trying to figure out a way to be able to show Condor Man for you and do this Condor Man thing, because I can
amazing.
I can watch it. StreamYard though has a weird thing. I got to figure out a way, RJ, to get the audio in at the same time, because it won't let me share. Because if I just share from another tab, wait a second, maybe it will. Yeah, no, it should do that. I gotta test it out.
Yeah,
but Mark, Mark loves the character Condor Man, and we always joke with him about Condor Man. So.
Well, speaking of DC, you know, did you see they're making a Super Pets movie, animated movie?
Oh yeah, well
they just announced that The Rock is going to play Crypto.
That's what I was getting at before our main thing. Before Benson's here, another £5 super chat says, I was on Robert Meyer Burnett's first midnight show. All I spoke about was my love for Superman. LOL. Check Popcorn Planet. You'll see my comments. You know what? I was almost on Robert Meyer Burnett's second one, but I found out late. Somebody sent me the link late that night. In fact, it was Tim. Tim sent me the link, and the Richard sent it to him. And so they got me a link. By the time I was going to get in there, it was just too late, because that was the night that I was supposed to play Jeopardy on that Junkman's channel with Robert.
But then YouTube went down, yeah.
Well, no, Robert Meyer Burnett got the wrong time. He thought it was he got mixed up with the time, so he didn't show up.
Oh.
So we still got to
yeah.
We still got to do that one again. But yeah, man, that's awesome. Well, I'll have to check that out, man, because I've never actually seen you. So I'll have to check you out for sure, man. That's awesome. Okay, so yeah, so you mentioned this, and by the way, Andrew Casali, I'm not mad at you either. It's just, you know, like, I think sometimes we get passionate about this stuff, and so then it's like if somebody has a differing opinion of us, it's very easy for us to snap, maybe, and sometimes it's simply because we're typing stuff.
Yeah,
and
text comes across very differently. We're talking one-on-one, face-to-face.
Yeah. So, but like you just mentioned, okay, like you just mentioned, instead of getting serious news about the DCEU, instead of getting stuff about movies and properties that actually make DC look strong. Look, I have no problem with this. I can't reiterate that enough. But for God's sake, why can't we just get like news on the stuff that people actually are caring about right now? Excuse me, about DC? Nope. This is what we get.
Let me say real quick, I do love the character of Crypto the Super Dog.
Me
I watched
too.
that cartoon. It was a very fun cartoon when I was a kid, and I loved The Rock. And here's the thing: nobody
named our dog Crypto.
Nobody thought the Lego movie was going to be any good either. Maybe this will be like the next big Lego movie, where it's going to be like an idea so stupid that it's actually a good movie. I mean, I'll just say that right up. It could be a good movie. Who knows? I mean, got The Rock there.
Aaron from Aaron's Entertainment. He's got your mess right there. He's like, it doesn't matter if it's as good as the Lego movie. Do you smell what the Crypto is dumping?
Robert Loxley, give me a bonus.
But hey, it's building a relationship with The Rock, though. Warner Brothers is building that relationship with them with DC properties. That's a good sign, right?
Yeah, now if they could just learn math.
Did you just say 3? That's not 3 pieces. That was 5 pieces. How do you not understand that? Learn math. I certainly did.
So I'm trying to think. So there's Ace the Bat Hound, Bat Cow. What other characters can they throw in here?
You say Bat Cow?
Yeah, Bat Cow. Remember from some of the recent comics, the Grant Morrison stuff? Bat Cow.
I'm sorry. I don't remember a Grant Morrison run of Bat Cow.
No, it was in his Batman and Robin book when Dick Grayson was Batman. I could have sworn there was a Bat Cow in that. Bat Cow's been in some of the Lego games. It's like a cow that they just called Bat Cow.
There's a party going on right here. Celebration to last throughout the year.
Enosh, I mean, you want to see any characters you want to see in this League of Super Pets movie? Look it up. I'm not making up. Look up Bat Cow. There's a character that's Batman related in the Bat family that's a cow called Bat Cow.
Folks, this is why we can't get nice things. Is there a Wonder Tiger?
Why don't you set aside an hour or two. We'll have a few drinks and a cup of coffee. I don't drink.
Oh, I can pull up the image right now. Hold up.
All right, you want to share that? Because
Yes, I need you to see this. It was legit something that they did.
But hey, at least we know that The Rock is going to be,
Batcow.
I was thinking it. Sorry. Okay. What? Oh my gosh.
That's a real character, Batcow.
Oh my lord. How is he Batcow? Like,
because.
And oh my god, is that Damian Wayne?
That was Damian Wayne. Yeah. Because I think he was like they went to because there was Professor Pig. It was like a cow in a slaughterhouse.
Aaron,
cow became like a meme.
Aaron, I don't know, man. Cow dung is. I think
like there's Alfred,
you know what?
Alfred taking care of him.
Yeah. Oh dear lord. You know what I think, Aaron? I think RJ's just saying that the $2 Canadian super chat wasn't enough. He had to up the game to bat cow into cow dung instead of just crypto dumping. No, it's gotta be that. No, no, I appreciate it. Aaron's a good guy.
Movie, you don't want to see no bat cow. I mean, I just wonder, like, what other character? I mean, who else are they gonna do? Ace, bat cow, crypto. Is there a Wonder Woman animal? I guess Wonder Tiger, like you said. Oh man, so doesn't make you optimistic how Enosh looking at that's like, oh man, Warner Brothers really cares about DC.
I already had my issues, and now you're gonna tell me there's a bat cow.
Yeah, that's from the 20. That was like from 2011. It's like they're in like a bunch of video games, the Lego games. You can play
but that's Damian Wayne there, dude.
Yeah. Damian Wayne, didn't he debut in like what 2011, 2012? That was when because Batcow appeared when Dick Grayson was Batman, and that was when Grant Morrison wrote the Batman and Robin book, when he did like the Professor Pig stuff.
Is that from the Bat Farm? Like that's
gonna be the next movie they make instead of like a Batman sequel. They do the Bat Farm.
I can already hear the soundtrack. Old McBatman had a farm. I am vengeance and the night. Thank you, Bat Cow. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're at. And Sapo, I'm guessing Sapo or Sapo. Yes, you're absolutely right. Dave Bautista is a better actor than The Rock. And yes, I know there's what was it? Squeaky the cat.
Yeah, I know Detective Chimp.
Yeah, and I've got a Detective Chimp. Well, not Detective Chimp. I got Super Chimp. The Beppo, the super monkey. I've got him. I've got his action figure.
So many weird characters, man.
I know, man.
But remember, we can't get a Green Lantern movie or get Jon Stewart in anything, and we can't get Poison Ivy in anything, and we can't get. I'm trying to think. We can't get a Man of Steel 2. We get this. Oh, listen, maybe it'll be good though. I mean, there's been weirder animation ideas that actually worked out to make good movies.
Like look, you know what? This is the perfect thing for kids. Like even back when like Crypto the Super Dog was on, was it Cartoon Network? I think it was
Boomerang. Yeah.
Oh, okay, was it Boomerang? Whatever it was on. Like so like
I watched that show as a kid. I loved it.
But do you notice something though? Like here, how do they portray? What is this picture of Crypto the Super Dog? Looks more confident and more interesting.
Well, this is from the 2003 animation.
I know it is. I know it is, but I'm just saying this picture of Crypto the Super Dog looks more confident and interesting and looks like more something that would excite me to watch it. Look at Super Dog there, man. He's like Crypto, man. He's like sitting there. He's he
seems like he's doing like the classic Superman pose. He goes like this kind of.
Yeah, he looks like my dog Wookie. We almost named my dog Wookie Crypto, but like like he's got the paw up, like he's gonna shake your paw. You're gonna get a little paw action there, and got the S shield, got the cape, and look, Crypto on Titans, which by the way we're getting Titans season 3 in August. Thank God for Titans.
Oh my God. Listen, I watched like a little bit of it. I don't know should I keep watching it because I don't know.
Dude, keep watching it. Season 2 is absolute fire.
Is it good?
I'm telling you right now, when
Because
they
I don't like how some of it's like, because I love Teen Titans, some of the stuff they were doing wasn't jiving with me a little bit. So I mean, I want to give it a shot and keep watching.
Yeah, but dude, no. See, you got to get away from the cartoon stuff, man. You gotta check your brain out from the cartoon stuff, man. That's what I'm telling you. Like this is like taking all this stuff legit, man. Like super legit, man.
2003 Teen Titans took it pretty legit too in some spots, though. You can't tell me it didn't. It got dark. It told an amazing Trigon and Raven storyline.
I can still call Enosh out for eating the meat. And he'd look at, well, you ate the meat too. Okay, but that still doesn't negate the fact you also ate the freaking meat.
I love that clip.
I know. No, dude, it is absolute fire, man. I'm telling you right now, it is absolute fire.
I think season 3 they're introducing Blackfire, and they're doing some stuff with.
Dude, yes, it's dude. Telling you what, man, that show. I'm so excited to have that show around, man, because that show's great. But what I'm saying though is here, like this was a kids show, right? And this was fine, but also like it's literally a show where dogs and animals talk, and was smart. I don't want to see dumbed down versions, man. I don't want to see that I'm sorry. I don't care if it connects to Aquaman or not. I don't want to see that ridiculous stuff.
But you need to watch it to understand Aquaman too, Enosh. That's how they're going to hook you. You got to watch it, man. Because how are you going to understand Aquaman too? Because it's going to tell the story what happened once it became Atlantis. You got to follow through, you know. I mean, I probably won't watch it, but you got you, man. It's Aquaman, dude. Aquaman's finally getting a kids cartoon made by the people who made Thundercats Roar. How bad can it be? Probably very bad, but we'll see.
How bad can it be? Oh, my friend. Yeah.
Wait, what the hell? Oh, that's better. I thought I had shit on my screen for a sec.
I was surprised with the chat, though. The chat's disagreeing with you about Titan, saying that season 2, it went downhill. I'm kind of surprised.
No. That season just heightened even more, man. You know what it is people didn't like the ending. But listen, guys, everyone who watched the ending this season, first of all, the ending was phenomenal. We finally got I mean, spoiler alert, it's been out there, but
it's okay. You can spoil it.
We finally got Dick Grayson's
Nightwing costume, right?
And listen, that show single-handedly, RJ, made me fall in love with Dick Grayson.
Really?
Yes.
There's been some great Nightwing comics right now. I think,
dude, I get it, and I've liked Dick Grayson, right? I was always a fan of Robin. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have a problem with Robin. But that show, even knowing the story, man, and like I've really enjoyed, Dick Grayson in the past and Nightwing, and that's, I mean, look, I love like the different series when he went off, became Nightwing, joined the Teen Titans, and then he was been his own thing, and when he came back and was Batman for a while and all those different things. I mean, the Lonely Place of Dying series was great. I mean, that whole thing when they introduced Tim Drake and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I love that.
You always keep bringing up Donna Troy, saying that was really bad.
But here, guys, Donna Troy. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so the end of the season, we got Dick, but
that's going to get clipped.
I know. The end of the season, we got Dick. Well, I'm surprised Truth 31 didn't clip on the point where, like, I think I said on his stream, something like, I love Dick or something like that. Cause I do, I love Dick Grayson now, that show. But here's the thing, guys, Donna Troy is not gone. Trust me, guys. Trust me. I get what.
How's Raven on the show? Because Raven's like a character I love. So did they handle Raven right? Because I only watched a few episodes. I wasn't for sure.
Trigon. Yeah, but I think that's budget.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for Trigon. But and we don't get a lot of Trigon. Season 1 is Trigon. But man, holy crap.
Deathstroke in season 2.
Deathstroke in season 2, man. Oh my gosh.
Because they did the Judas contract storyline in season 2, didn't they? Or kind of like pieces of it?
I think pieces of it, yeah. Little pieces here and there. So, but man, yes, it's just a great show. And Superboy and Crypto on that show I'm telling you right now, you can't get any better than that. I mean, it makes you believe that a live action dog can fly and use heat vision.
Does he actually fly?
Yes.
Okay, then I gotta watch it.
And dude, it is, and let me tell you something. It is not silly at all.
They actually treat it seriously.
Very seriously.
They don't make it a joke. They don't make it a joke at all.
That's what I'm saying. It is not a joke at all, RJ. It is very, very serious. And Superboy coming in right there. I mean, dude, it's yes.
Because it comes out in what, August? I'll have to catch up on it.
Yes,
so.
sir. Yes, sir. It's really good. Also Benson's here with a £2 super chat. Sorry. Says watched MODOK on Disney Plus. It's hilarious, Enosh. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus in the UK, but it's on Hulu everywhere else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's more of an adult animated series.
Is it? Okay.
It's getting some good reviews. I might check it out. I mean, it looked interesting. It reminded me a lot of Robot Chicken, but if it was like a serialized show, where it's like you're telling a story across different episodes.
Well, I might check it out if that is. I don't like MODOK as a character.
Well, that's why it's probably a comedy show. Because like, who likes MODOK? He's like the weirdest character ever. So let's just make a funny show about him. You know?
Yeah. Pretty much. So
speaking of Deathstroke, though.
Yep. So that brings us, ladies and gentlemen, to the point. Mladen.
Deathstroke.
So here's my point, Mladen. So all of this stuff though coming out this week. Okay, I'm not saying that this is factual, that this is what it is, because I even told RJ, and you can ask RJ long before I put this together, this was not a thing of like, I'm just like, this is happening, because I told RJ posted it in our chat, and I said, what did I tell you? It's Humberto Gonzalez, which means
take it with a grain of salt.
It's probably crap. Oh, sorry.
He's broken some stories for the rap though, for DC though. That's why I'm like wondering.
The crap. Oh yeah. Oh, you didn't say the crap. I'm sorry. I thought you said the crap. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The crap.
The crap. Yes. Maybe I'm a little salty. I don't know. I just.
No, I mean, I understand, man. You said it would be your breaking point.
I think Humberto wrote this article too.
Best butts to sniff at the park. I don't think this is an article for human readers.
Now hold on there, Stewie. Just hear the man out.
Thank you, Chris.
Just saying. Shoot 31 knows. Yeah, shoot 31 knows. Okay, but here was my point though, was that this started going around today. Whoops, actually now I gotta go back and find it again, because I had it up and now I don't. Oh wait, hold on. I think it's on. Dang it, where'd it go? Yeah, oh, that's what it was. God, I hate StreamYard and Twitter trying to share stuff on here. All right, I'm gonna have to go. Okay, firstly, I can just look up his name. Okay, so this was the picture that Humberto stirred up a bunch of people talking about today.
Yeah, it's been blowing up and trending.
It's been blowing up. It's been trending. And that's why I bring this up, because here's the thing. In a week that has seen all of this stuff get released, we did not need to see this. And Humberto is definitely implying something here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
he's broke. I know that maybe he doesn't have the best track record, but he has broken some stories for the rap for DC where they've had like official WB statements in them. So it's not unbelievable that he's going to break this story soon, and they're going to actually officially confirm it and announce it through him in the rap. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's more likely than not, in a way. No, you don't think so?
Well, regardless, it's just
this would be your breaking point.
This would do it, and that was my point of this, Mladen. It's not that I think that this is happening. It's not that I'm promoting that this is like a legit thing. That was not the point.
And my point is that Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke would fight Michael Keaton's Batman. Yes. Or a recasted Deathstroke. He might not even be in the movie. My
point is that if this happens, for me, all bets are off.
We're gonna see anger Enosh,
because I don't think that I can handle Warner Brothers literally writing it into the Flash movie that Michael Keaton's Batman's going to fight Deathstroke when they know that we have been campaigning for Ben Affleck, especially with Ben Affleck in the freaking movie.
Just the Snyder Cut set up Batman versus Deathstroke too. And people are like, hey, let's get a Deathstroke HBO Max show or a Batfleck HBO Max show where he fights Deathstroke. Yeah. Devil's advocate, though. What if he fights both Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, though? I'm just saying that they could do that. If they want you, they could do that. I'm just saying, playing devil's advocate for a moment.
Well, did you just see George's comment? Because you shouldn't be stealing people's comments, RJ. That's not cool.
No, I had
That's not cool. I'm going to have to kick you out for that. Okay. I'm going to have to kick him out here for a second. He's laughing in the back room. But, George, I got your back because you know what? That was your comment. That was not RJ's. And hopefully RJ learns a lesson from that. Now, have you learned your lesson, RJ?
Yes, I've learned my lesson. I'll be 100%. So I was like side glancing at the chat. I didn't see it fully though. I was going to say that before.
But see here, Eric. Yeah, Eric. Okay, but Eric here asks, what if it means Joe Manganiello is in the Flash movie?
I'd be happy for him because he gets to come back. But
I'm glad for him. But this is the point. We can't have the things that actually should be because they just keep making up crap on the fly, and that's why I believe that this could actually happen. That's the scary
you know
thing.
What the rumors were, it's like, oh, they're trying to throw bones at the Snyderverse fans to make them happy. This would be a perceivable bone that they want to throw to you. You get Deathstroke versus Batman, it's not in the way you maybe wanted. That's why I think this is actually more likely than not. That's why I'm like a little nervous about it.
Yeah, no, no. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants to see 70-year-old Batman. First of all, look,
how everybody fight him? It'd be elder abuse, dude.
Oh my gosh, everybody. First of all, everybody thinking that Batman, that Michael Keaton's Batman is going to suit up and just go like fighting everybody, right? You know, it like, come on, really.
It'd probably be like a Kingdom Come Batman where he's like kind of like he's been broken. He's kind of like you know, wearing that automated mechanical suit a little bit to support his bones. You know, I don't know if we're gonna see him suit up and like fight all the time. That'd be a little weird.
Yeah. Hey guys. Yeah. Treat RJ nice. He might have some really bad takes on stuff sometimes, and he might be a Marvel shill. But you know what?
Slightly Marvel show, Marvel and Teen Titans Batman show.
He's still a good guy. He's still a good guy at heart, and he wears sexy T-shirts that people want to pay me money to have him stand up and show. So like, he's making me money. So you know that.
And I'm a Patreon supporter and a member, so I'm funding.
Exactly. He's literally paying me to be abused on the show by having people pay me to have him stand up and model T-shirts and be sexy. So
yeah, I mean, I could take my headphones off.
So look, RJ can't be a bad guy. He can't be that bad because like he's helping the cause. The truth is playing a play out of my playbook. I said play 3 times there. He's taking a play out of my playbook the other night on his stream. He's like, Keaton is 166 years old. Yes. But I want to go back up here because I know there's a super chat. But yes, Rhea, people need to be nice to RJ because RJ is a good guy. But truth is absolutely right. If this happens, this is definitely a middle finger to Snyder, Affleck, and the fans. Pure spite.
What would your reaction be like if you saw the article exclusive from like the Rapper Hollywood Reporter where they have a statement saying that?
Have you seen? Well, you saw my joking around pulling the John Campea thing. Where
he took the headphones off. He was cursing. Yeah.
That's why I think it's funny. Like when people don't understand, like when I do one of those rage things that I'm not being serious. Like because like I literally specifically, and they picked up on it even on the show. Like they showed the
clip. Yeah,
I know, and it's like, but you know, hey, whatever. You know, like I guess I'm that good of an actor, RJ. So maybe I should be cast in the next whatever. And thank you, Milan. I'm glad you understand where I'm coming from. Since I understand where your anger is coming from, Enosh. It's understandable since we didn't get Batfleck's solo movie fighting Deathstroke. That's the tragedy of one of the many tragedies, actually, I should say, of the Snyderverse and whatnot. If it doesn't go forward, is that Ben Affleck, literally one of, if not the greatest Batman ever on screen, doesn't have a solo movie. Doesn't have a solo story.
And then they'd be taking the story that they would have done.
Yes, and then taking the story that they would have done and putting it on there. I mean, just yes. Hugo, what's up, Hugo, with the 10-pound super chat? Thank you, sir. That just sounds funny. That sounds like it should be a t-shirt. Hugo with the 10-pound super chat. That's a heavy super chat right there. 10 pounds. Says, much as I have always loved the idea of seeing more of Burton Schumacher Batman's world and seeing more baddies in that vein, I must strongly agree that this would be a big diss to Ben, Joe, Zach, us, etc. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's why I have a problem with this.
Would you go full on downvote for real, Warner Brothers, if this happened? Like
well,
I'm just wondering what's your reaction?
You know what? So RJ, I'm gonna be. Can I just be 100% just?
Yeah, of course, man. Of course.
I'm just gonna be 100% keeping it on the real here, and I understand. And thank you, Hugo. Thank you, Hugo, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Keaton would get his butt kicked,
especially it's Joe's Deathstroke. Especially,
well, exactly. But RJ, I'm just gonna be straight up with you, okay, on this. I've tried to remain a little neutral when it's come to this idea of the downvoting situation, right? And I understand, and most of it is because of Matt Jarbo. And Matt Jarbo's stance on it, and his explanations for like calling for people to just go down, to go do it. Like, I get that and I understand that, but I also understand the argument that it's like the downvote
message somehow.
The downvote button is there for a reason. And if the worst that somebody does is go hit a downvote on a video that they know that they don't like, anyways, I mean, you know what I mean? It's not like they're hitting downvote on a video they like, right?
A video that has nothing to do with DC stuff too. Like if it's focused on DC content they put out, then I get that too.
Yeah, I mean, so if it's something that they know they don't like, I have hit that downvote arrow on stuff. Now, look, I understand as a YouTuber that it's all interaction. So that's all really YouTube looks at it as is hey, somebody did this, but Matt has a completely different take where it goes into some of these deeper things and about interaction and stuff and so yeah, so I get all that. It's just a hard thing for me because I've already been on the fence kind of with that, like not really leaning hard one way or the other because I kind of see both sides of that story.
Yeah.
Right. That, like, I would rather see somebody go downvote that Justice League 4K release, thing than to be some, jerk that, makes some crazy threat to somebody. Right. Because the person that makes some kind of crazy threat that turns into this. And this is kind of my point in my video today is I'm sick of, if we have anything negative to say about Warner Brothers, any of the higher ups at Warner Brothers who are making these horrible decisions when it comes to things that we love and these properties that we love. And we as DC fans have suffered way too much at this point. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it that the second we say something negative, that all of a sudden we're toxic people, we're horrible people, and then
that's why we've been so careful about our response, though.
Just
because we didn't want to get labeled that way.
Just when just 2 nights ago, man, and you were in that chat when I was over on MSK, right? It wasn't him that was saying it, but there were people in that and on that panel that were trying to make this big deal about people making death threats and and this and that. And look, the reality is, if you get your head out of your own anus for 2 minutes, okay, the reality is that everybody knows and recognizes that every fandom has a couple of a-holes at least.
That's what, like, every fandom has bad eggs that you need to call out.
Yeah,
that's what we did.
You tell me what fandom doesn't have people who overreact. Star Trek does. Star Wars has for, dear God.
Voltron, She-Ra.
Doctor Who. Well, there ain't no fans of She-Ra. So.
Well, I know, but I mean, like the online.
At least not that. At least not that crap you're watching, man.
I'm just saying, even the smallest fandoms have bad.
And I say that with a She-Ra action figure, literally right here, but it's on my wall, man. You know, and stuff. And I got He-Man guys right here, man. I'm looking forward to that Kevin Smith He-Man coming up.
Yeah, it should be good.
Awesome. But no, you know what I'm saying? Like
every fandom has bad eggs.
Every fandom has bad eggs, man. Every fandom has a bunch of jerks who are idiots, and I mean everything from The Simpsons to
Star Wars, especially
Star Wars,
Marvel.
You know, I mean, Stranger Things. I've seen people just say horrible things. You know, I mean, just everybody, literally, man. So this idea that because there's some people who were Snyder fans who were also idiots, that's not the fandom, and none of those people represent the fandom. And listen, I've been around enough now, and now I'm actually close with people who are pretty high up on this in this movement, and I have not seen anybody. First of all, I have not seen anybody personally. I take that back. Somebody might have made me aware of a tweet that somebody, but I don't know who they are. Okay, it's not like they were anybody of any noteworthy position within the fandom, right? That like anybody knows who they are, right? I mean, like not even just that, like, so, you know, some people don't consider them a leader in the fandom, like, no, like I'm talking like at all. So like I've heard of like one person, like, so I don't know. You know, I mean, like there's literally been no one, but when we've heard these things, when we've heard these things, that there are people, you know what I have seen? I've seen the leaders and the people who help start this movement and help get things going. I've heard those people take a stand and tell people, don't act that way. That's what I've heard. And I've heard people denounce anybody who does and tell everyone.
But the media won't talk about that, though. They'll say, "Oh, Snyder appeals to right-wing dude bros." Do you see that interview, by the way, where Snyder disavowed that and said, "Hey, that's not what my movies are trying to do. Like, I'm not trying to go to one group of people." Yeah, it's like, why should he even have to clarify that? Look at people like the Nerd Queens, Wonder Meg, like you know, there's like different people who are like completely opposite of what people say Snyder's films appeal to. Like, I don't understand where that argument came from either. The fact that you had to clarify that's ridiculous to me. But
I don't know about all that. Like that, you know what I mean? Like that's just that's people searching, man. That's people. That's people.
Well, they're trying to make him out to be like this vicious monster that's created this toxic fandom that's part of a larger issue on the internet.
And the Ghost Who Walks here. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like it's not just fandoms. If you look at politics, Twitter, and sports Twitter, people, you know, sports fans. Oh my gosh, man! Like people say some crazy.
Don't talk about toxic fandom. Sports fans were the original toxic fandom.
I'm just saying, man. There's people from all different walks of life who are that way. And look, I don't care who you are. If you are part of anything and you're making threats against anyone, okay,
bullying other people,
saying, you know, mocking them, saying horrible things about them, threatening them, doxing, whatever. If you're doing those things, you are taking it too far. At the end of the day, these are superheroes. These are sports things. These are, you know, these cartoons, comics, TV shows, whatever. Okay, whatever it is that you're, if anything in life, like even I will even go as far as to say, like even politics and all that stuff. Yes, you can argue, well, you know, this has to do with the future of our country or of our world.
It affects your daily life, yeah.
But you know what? That doesn't mean that you make personal threats to people. You know what I love? You know what I love? One of the things, RJ, that I've come to really love over the last couple of years in seeing is, have you seen the relationship that George Bush has with Michelle Obama?
A little bit, yeah. I've seen a little bit of it, yeah.
So there's whole videos that I've watched that show them together, like they joke together, they laugh together, like they
seem like they've become good friends.
They sit next to each other at events and stuff where, you know, both, you know, Bush and Obama are at, and those two people probably couldn't be on further away from each other on the political spectrum as far as like what they, you know, I mean, in some things, but, you know, George Bush actually has come across like is very much last few years, like coming out to support causes as far as social justice and other things, you know, to kind of show where he's at on that thing. Because look, everybody, you can't just you can't demonize people and say, well, this person's a Democrat and they're a liberal, so this is how they feel on everything, and they don't have any kind of views that I would agree with. Or this person's a Republican and this person's a conservative, and so therefore they don't have any redeeming, you know, qualities that I could ever be friends with. Like anytime I hear somebody like alienate people and try to demonize you for maybe having friends on both sides of the aisle or whatever, or on anything, or comic debates, or you know, Star Wars or movies or anything, those are the toxic people. When you start making ultimatums that you cannot be friendly with people, that you cannot be friends with someone, and you know, like, and you know what, man, I don't want to mix my religious stuff in with some of the stuff that we do here, but I saw some crazy preacher, and there are some awful, crazy, insane preachers. But I saw this preacher who was preaching this sermon, and this guy shouldn't be behind the pulpit. This guy shouldn't be a part of a church or anything like this, because he's not preaching actually what he should be preaching. He's talking about politics, and he's talking about a bunch of other stuff. And he was trying to tell his conservative Christian congregation that they couldn't even be friends with a Democrat because of the core of their beliefs were absolutely different in as far as what they believe as people. That is garbage. That is garbage.
Mm-hmm. It goes against everything they should be standing for.
That goes against everything that we should be just as human beings. Look, like I said, you don't have to agree with what everybody else feels or says or whatever, but treat people with respect, for God's sake. So this notion, I mean, so if I can go there on the broadest of, or on the most specific, I should say, of terms when it comes to different things that hit home for different people that I know, this idea that somehow Snyder fans are these horrible, toxic people, and if you say anything negative about anything that you know, Warner Brothers does, that you're automatically lumped in with these people who are apparently making death threats and all this other stuff. I'm sorry.
That's just silly. That's like a bunch of nonsense.
You've lost me on that, because that is not reality. That's not reality. And that does not represent this fandom whatsoever. This fandom has come together. Like Zach said, this fandom is responsible for raising almost $1 million for suicide prevention. You know, this fandom is responsible for trying to help a family heal and restore. We talk about restore the Snyder Cut, restore the Snyderverse, restore this and that. We've restored Snyder. We've restored. Today, Army of the Dead came out, and I loved how even today Netflix was like kind of poking fun a little bit.
Yeah, they said, like, this is like, don't worry, this is the Snyder Cut.
This is the Snyder Cut. Like, they've restored a man to some confidence in himself and his wife and his family. I mean, so I'm sorry that just, you can miss me with, you know, that this fandom as a whole is toxic and just trying to paint that's, you know what that is? That's opportunists. That's people who are trying to make a story instead of like actually reporting the story that's actually here. TJ, thank you so much for the $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you, sir. Says just joined, got my first dose. Anyways, maybe got your first COVID shot, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's what he meant, I think.
Okay. Cool. That's awesome. Cool. Way to go. So got my first dose. Anyway, in regards to the MK Bats versus Deathstroke, they will be trending on very thin ice to the point I'll boycott. And see, that's the thing. That's what they want to do to us. They literally, that's why they keep piling these things on. Warner Brothers just keeps piling on, pushing one more button. How many more buttons
can you push, though?
That's what I'm saying. Like, eventually you run out of buttons, and you and you know, the bomb goes off. You know what I'm saying? The bomb goes off, and then what are you going to do? You know, then you're good. Then they blame everybody and say, well, see, we told you this is how they were this whole time, but they're not talking about how they're literally just like stabbing you.
It's death by 1,000 cuts, basically.
Yep. And I know that that's what they want, and it's hard. It's hard to it's hard to deal with, man. It really is hard to deal with, because you know that you know what they're doing, but sometimes
that's why I said,
it's
like, in
hard to
our
turn
thread,
on.
it's like if they got you to the point where you're feeling down and kind of depressed about the whole situation, like what does that say for everyone else too? Like just the whole because remember when DC fandom first started, like last year, we were like right on such an amazing high. We were so happy, excited. Then it's like this year, it's like the whole house is on fire basically, and everyone's running around screaming like in terror. It's like the whole mood shifted, you know,
dude. Because I'm just gonna be absolutely honest with you, like I don't give 2 cents worth of care at all about fandom this year.
Really,
right now. Right now, they could cancel it and it would not affect me one bit. I wouldn't be disappointed. I wouldn't be hyped. I wouldn't be anything. I just don't care. I want to see Shazam, the next Shazam. I want to see Black Adam. Black Adam is probably the biggest thing right now that's on the books that I'm excited for, because I want to see that story, because I love the first Shazam. And I want to see that whole story.
I mean, I'm excited for the Batman and some of the video games that they got coming up. So,
but I even told you there, like when we were having our conversation, I know it's a hot take for some people, but here's the thing. I liked Matt Reeves' take on the Apes
trilogy
franchise, right? Like I like that, but that didn't put me over the moon where I just trust Matt Reeves. I'm sorry. I just I
understand that.
Just because he did a great job with the Apes movies does not like give me some vote of confidence in Matt Reeves that like all of a sudden it's like WB.
They certainly trust.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But WB is acting like that this should mean something to us because he did a couple of Apes movies that all of a sudden, well, yes, he's going to be doing the Batman and you should trust him because we're going to put his name on this GCPD TV show, and then also, hey, he's going to be a part of this cartoon, and you know what I mean? It's like, so now we're just going to put Matt Reeves' name on everything, and that's supposed to make everybody have confidence in it. But it's from a company that we have no confidence in.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And they've kind of proven themselves.
I don't trust Warner Brothers, but I think I trust Reeves as a creative. That makes sense. Like he's the one I'll put my faith in because I liked his movies, and like he was describing his take on Batman at fandom. I know you were talking about him being long-winded, and that's we disagree a little bit on that front, but it's like to me it showed he was passionate.
Dude, I think I know, I get it, man, but I think you're the only person, to be quite honest with you, RJ, that didn't think that he did.
I mean, he was talking about some like very niche comic books that he was really into.
But just
describing
but I'm not talking about
city stuff.
When he actually got to content stuff, yes. But if you're honest, dude, go back and watch that stuff. And the thing
it's been a while since I watched it.
He rambled. I mean, he did not get to the point of anything. When he
they stretched out that trailer reveal for like an hour, though.
Dude, so when he finally got to the point, it was good. It was okay, and I enjoyed it. But my gosh, man, he like fumbled over things, man, for like an hour. It was like somebody needed to write out what he wanted to say beforehand, because he was going off on tangents and stuff that like nobody could follow, man. And
I need to go back and watch it.
Really
it's been
long
a while. I just remember like being excited for that trailer and hearing what some of the stuff he was saying, some of the bullet points. They sound really good to me on paper. So I will say that. So I mean, maybe if I go back and watch it, I'll notice that more. But like some of the stuff he was saying generally got me excited. Like I like what he's describing as his take,
And George here says, I trust Matt Reeves. He seems too passionate about the Batman to let Warner Brothers mess with it. I will just say this. I get that. But have you seen anybody more passionate than Zack Snyder about
the difference is that Matt Reeves didn't sign on until Warner Brothers gave him what he wanted, because he bounced out. He wasn't going to do it, and then he signed a new contract where they gave him more creative freedom for stuff.
But so that's why I'm going to tell you something though. Warner Brothers, all it's going to take is one little ounce of misconfidence, and they'll do the same. The current regime will do the exact
maybe,
same
but
thing
they're
in
not
that
doing
movie.
anything to James Gunn right now. James Gunn, they're letting him do whatever.
That's
But but it is a different
Same
situation
thing,
though. I know.
If Suicide Squad bombs, Warner Brothers will not come running back to kiss his feet.
I just
and
have a hard time
even
believing that
if
movie's
if
gonna bomb though. Same with
I
Batman.
don't know. I don't know. I think there's okay. So I'm just going to put this out there. Look, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies, if not my favorite Marvel movie. The first one, anyways. James Gunn is fine and all, but I don't see like this infatuation with James Gunn that like people act like James Gunn is just like the end all be all, and that like,
well, they're excited to get him because they wanted to rebuild the Suicide Squad franchise. That's what they wanted him for.
Well, that's things like Warner Brothers was excited because they got somebody who was in a Disney position, and you know what?
Well, very high up Disney position, high
but
profile.
That backfired on him. That backfired on him because you know what? As soon as he's done with Suicide Squad, what's he doing?
Well, Guardians 3. But he said he's doing Peacemaker though too, though. Like he's still making content for Warner.
Well, he's already making it though. He's already making it though. But he's gonna
and apparently it's gonna get a second season though. So
yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see.
They're gonna film it pretty soon. Apparently, once he's done with Guardians 3, if it's a hit, they might make more seasons of it. We'll see.
Well, you know what? That might be biting off a little bit too much for them. That might be biting off a few more penises on the beach, if you know what I mean, than what Peacemaker might want to chew there, because
we'll see, man. We'll see. Like I said, my theory is
this is my point. Dark Knight hits it right. It's going to be a rough few years. If everybody thinks that it's just going to be like that James Gunn is going to lead us to the promised land and everything's going to be fine.
I think Matt Reeves is going to lead you to the promised land, Enosh. I think Matt Reeves is going to save us. I really do.
Not with that bat cowl.
Oh, come on, man. It didn't look that bad. I love that costume. It looks great.
Dude, that costume looks hodgepodge thrown together.
It's like Arkham Knight mixed with Gotham by Gaslight and Batman Noir.
And
I like it.
Look, I've got the Gotham by Gaslight action figure, and I hate that look. I hate that.
I understand.
That look is horrible to me.
Even some Batmans I loved had bad costumes too. So, you know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the bat costumes, I think, so far, except for the bat nipples, and even that costume was sweet, except for the nipples. You know what I mean? Like, just the nipples were horrible. I don't know, man. I'm not putting my full trust in a director when they're dealing with
he hasn't made a bad movie yet, though. Shiftyism does bring that up. He hasn't made a bad movie yet.
Well, when we're dealing with a studio that claims that they're supportive of directors and creatives, and literally has to have who will be the new CEO in the next year or two, in David Kozlov, coming in and saying we're going to return to the idea of being
connecting with creatives,
even they recognize it, RJ, and that's the thing.
2020, they burned a lot of bridges.
They've gotten away from
Nolan, Villeneuve,
and so TJ here with $5 Canadian super chat, thank you, says there were already reports of them asking Reeves to change things in the Batman.
I mean, I'd have to read them and see. There's been a lot of fake news in the movie, though. Like him and Patton not getting along and all this.
I know, and I don't believe any of that stuff. I mean, who knows? But I don't believe any of that stuff. He's gonna make his movies as long as Warner Brothers allows him to make his movies. He's gonna make his movies. Here's this is what it boils down to, and this is what I want to end everything with, because we're literally 7 seconds away from the 2-hour mark. Here's the thing. Don't tell me about your sequels, Warner Brothers. Don't tell me about your TV shows or your second seasons for TV shows that aren't even out.
Or the Batwheels animated movie or Super Pets.
Miss me with all of that. Because Warner Brothers, I serve notice on you today. I've been a supporter. I've been a backer, not because I had to be, not because anybody was greasing my palms, not because I wanted anybody to grease my palms, not because of anything other than the fact that I am a fan. And I haven't wanted other people to react negatively because I've wanted to be able to enjoy the things that I love, and I've wanted to get more of those things. But I served notice on you today, Warner Brothers. You broke me. You broke me. I'm still going to be a positive person. I'm still going to keep my positivity as much as I can. But you have broken me with your garbage, your rhetoric, you're putting your carts before all of your horses. And like I said, don't tell me about your trilogies that you plan. Don't tell me about your second and third seasons that you're going to do a Peacemaker and whatever god-awful thing that you come up with. Okay?
Blue Beetle, Our Man.
Don't tell me about how you're going to make all of these movies about smaller characters in the DC universe that most people have never even heard of before you do something with your main characters. Don't give me that rhetoric. Don't give me a list of properties that are going to hit the screen in the next couple of years, or hit HBO Max in the next couple of years, or be animated in the next couple of years. Miss me with all of that. You broke me, Warner Brothers. Now I've got just one statement for you. Shut up with all of that rhetoric about what you're going to do. And for the love of God, for the love of DC, for the love of the Trinity of Superman, Batman, and freaking Wonder Woman, please, for the sake of the fans, just put something good together, one film at a time, one show at a time, one animation cell at a time,
one video game at a time.
There you go. See, I'm not even thinking down that route. But don't tell me what you're gonna do, Warner Brothers. Do something. And do something well. Stop trying to be Marvel. Stop trying to appease a Marvel crowd. Stop trying to appeal to a Marvel crowd. Stop trying to be something that you are not, nor will you ever be, nor should you be. Or should you even attempt to be? Because it is not who you are, DC. DC is a different beast altogether.
Right now, they're suffering from identity crisis. That's where they're at right now.
And if you can't get that, then you're more lost than I ever thought you were. So stop with all of your nonsense. Stop telling me what you're going to be. And put a foot forward in just being for a change. Because until you do that, you will not see me excited about your properties. Until you do that, I will not give up a Saturday afternoon to watch your fandom, because it's not for fans. It's for your own self-pleasure. And I don't spend my time watching anybody just self-pleasure themselves. Okay? Go get some good directors and let them make movies. Let them make shows that are good. And then let us dictate whether or not you get a trilogy out of it. Whether or not you get a successful property out of it. Because we, the fans, are the ones who make those decisions, not you. And it's being evidenced by all of the things you've told us you're going to give us, that you're going to show us, that's going to hit theaters and everything else. And where are we? Where are we? Stop trying to fix things that aren't broken by giving us things like Black Superman, but not actually lifting up the black characters that you have. Stop trying to tell us what we're going to like and what we're going to love and how if we just stick around for a little while, it's all going to be okay. Just shut up and make good content. Because otherwise, I'm not going to care. I'm not going to care. I'm not going to waste a weekend of my life watching your fandom when I can get the Cliff Notes version of how you guys walked around sniffing your own butts for a weekend. And that's the truth. I don't care about what you're doing. I have no interest in it. And you're not showing me anything that makes me want to give up my hard-earned time of my life.
And your money, too.
And my money to put in your pockets for any of that. I don't have the time. I don't have the resources. And there's plenty of other things that I can spend my time and my money on. And there's plenty of other people that agree with me that if you think that you're going to push through and do it anyways, see how that works for you. Because you're going to bankrupt yourselves and you're going to not even be a commodity on somebody else's list. You're going to be irrelevant, even more so than you are now.
DC's just a footnote right now in what's a larger conglomerate. So it's like, I can get to a point where DC fails so hard, I may just shutter completely one day if they keep up this pace, you know? Yep. I'm not sure how to follow that up though, man. That was crazy.
That's just where I'm at. That's why I feel the way, man, that I feel right now.
I'm not at a point where I'm as broken as like you right now, but I understand where you're coming from. Like for me, if the Flash movie's really bad and they ruin the Batman, then I'm out. That's my breaking point. I haven't hit that point. I haven't hit the breaking point yet, but it could come soon if they really mess up the next couple of years. I think, like I said, I don't know if you believe the same thing I do, but I think by next summer they're going to rush a lot of these movies into production, get them out before the merger happens. So you guys might be right. You might be in for a rough couple of years, but maybe the Discovery merger will be a brighter, bright end of the tunnel. Who knows?
Time will tell, man. And that's just the thing, man. Time will tell. TJ here as we get ready to close. TJ with a $2 super chat says hashtag DC is lost. Hashtag DC can't think straight. Hashtag DC ain't Marvel.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't argue with that. There was a point where at least, you know what? DC maybe didn't make the money that Marvel made.
That's what this all is about, though. It's about money and critical and audience acclaim. That's what they want. They think if they go the Marvel route, that's what they'll get. They'll get that money.
But dude, there's a time where people thought that, well, you know what, we can, people would mock DC, people would mock the things that I love. But
they still do, dude.
I know, but at least at the end of the day, you know what I could say? These movies and these films, they may not be Marvel and they may not, appeal to like this huge wide audience, and just be popcorn flicks, but they're quality, even if these people can't appreciate it.
Yeah.
The problem,
or it's like they make people happy. They make a lot of people happy.
The problem is we're getting to a point right now where it's like, okay, not only are they not going to win those people over because those people are already set in their thinking,
but they're losing the fans they already have.
But they're losing the fans they already have. And I don't know, like, is it some weird conspiracy theory to like that they're trying to devalue the entire thing?
So they could sell it off to someone else.
Right? I mean, like,
Well, I told you this in that DM thread we had. It's like I have friends and family who aren't into this stuff like we are, and they said whenever I see a DC logo, I have to wait until a friend who I trust tells me how I feel about it, because I got burnt out with DC movies lately, like Justice League or Birds of Prey or Wonder Woman 84. Where they don't trust the DC logo anymore for quality. Nope. And that's very scary.
Yep, Neon Sci-Fi, you heard me. Oh, you heard me all right. But yeah, guys, that's just where I'm at. I wanted to make that clear.
I think Hugo gave you a super chat, by the way, before you close.
I got one more here. I just wanted some of you guys to know where I was at, because I know that you guys saw me on couple other things. You know, you saw me on, a lot of people saw me on Truth's broadcast, you know, yesterday.
My stream popped off too. I got a lot of views on that too. So people are really interested.
I know that, well, there was like, well, and Truth, you know, clipped my, not only was I on it, but hey, we love you, Bradley. But not only was I on his show, but he also clipped my rant, like, you know, the people,
that epic rant that people are watching too.
People saw just the rant and not necessarily the rest of the evening that I was on there and talked. You know, we settled down obviously because I got out of character and I just, you know, we're going to do it our thing and actually talk about this. But and then, you know, you and I had our conversation last night. Was it last night or the night before? It's been 2 nights ago, wasn't it? It was Wednesday.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, you know, so it just was what it was. And, you know, people saw this and there were people who reached out to me. They're like, are you okay? What are you thinking? You know, stuff, you know, like, you know, we want you to be positive and everything. And look, I'm always going to be positive. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm still going to love the things that I love. But I really feel like,
but now it's like a cloud of doubt in your mind.
DC needs to put up or shut up, as far as I'm concerned. And right now, they're not.
I mean, if these things are good, it's like you're not like, you know, if they're good, then you'll say they're good. It's not like you're going to like to be dismissive completely. If they're good, then they're good. It's just like you just don't have faith right now.
Yep. No, that's just kind of where I'm at with it right now, guys. So I appreciate you all for watching. Hugo here has a great way to send us off with his £2 super chat. Thank you so much, Hugo. Says, time will tell. It always does. The Seventh Doctor.
And hey, guys, if even if DC keeps floundering, you can read stuff like this. I mean, there's other comic book companies out there.
I still got to finish that, man. I still got to watch it.
Yeah, I just got home today, and I'm going to start reading the comics for this. So I'm excited. You know, DC keeps flying for me. I got Image, you know, I got Invincible, I got Marvel, you know. So, it sucks, but hey.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Don't forget, guys, tonight we'll be back at midnight Eastern Standard Time to talk Army of the Dead. And I can't wait to talk with that and see who we have on that panel to be able
That's going to be fun. A lot of people are eager to start talking about that movie.
Yep, there will be spoilers. So make sure to come back for that. Also, hey, don't forget, you know what? Tonight we'll give away this book set. And where is it? Oh yeah, this book set right here, this Jedi Academy trilogy. I've been meaning to give this away, and I've not had a chance to actually like draw the name. So all you have to do to be in the running for this is have been a member of the channel, a patron, or give a super chat here this month. So if you do that, you're in the running for this. We're going to give this set away, and then we got some other cool stuff to start giving away here going forward. So thank you guys for being supportive of the channel. We really appreciate you. Also, don't forget, we do have our Teespring with all kinds of great t-shirts and
got some new designs too.
Got some new designs in there. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Very, very, very thankful to all of you guys for your support and for all that you guys mean to us and for watching. If all you ever do is tune in, I'm thankful for that too, because it means you're here, and that's the most important thing, and that's the best thing that I could ever ask for. So thank you, RJ, for being here tonight, guys. If you haven't already, go subscribe to RJ Resonant Justice. Great guy.
And, thank you, man. Always appreciate talking with you. It's been a wild couple of days. You know, we had some back and forth, but it's all good fun and all love over here.
Oh, absolutely. Same thing back to you, man. Same thing back to you for sure. So guys, remember what I always tell you. Don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter, including the very studio that owns the properties that you love. And don't tell anybody that their fandom doesn't matter, but strive to have good conversations and to learn from each other. And you know what? If you do that and you treat everybody with respect, there'll always be a place for you here in the Poindexter Lounge. Till next time, stay nerdy. We'll see you later. Bye.